All right, guys, so I'm going to shoot the interior of this new 2026 Audi A6 with the scroll wheels. So it's got the new UI, as you can see from the virtual cockpit. I will shoot the outside towards the end. There's some music playing currently in the showroom, so don't want that in the video right away. This car is supposed to be sold, but they have not confirmed the deal yet, so here it is. It's 2026 Audi A6 Prestige Glacier White with Prestige package and the S-Line Black Optic package. I know it's going to be a little hard to see, but you can see all the options here. It's pretty well equipped, and it's coming at $77,820, but you get a package discount, so it comes out to $77,220. First thing I'm going to notice on this car, you get 29 miles per gallon on the highway. I think that's pretty good. You get a lot of standards too, a lot of standards. The 26, not all 26s, but the ones with the scroll wheel is how you easily identify, do have remote start. If they offer a dash cam, probably has remote start. Current A6s on the ground probably do not. So you have to make sure you are looking at the right one. They're made out of a specific product production date. So just make sure if you're looking for the new UI system, the new technology, and you're looking for the remote start and the dash cam, you are looking in the right direction. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. But 25, 26, same with the Q5. There's a lot of differences between those two. And Q5s, it's even more complicated because there was a Q5, all new Q5, and now a 26 Q5. Anyhow, let me hit start here. It's going to be very similar to everything else that we've looked at, but if you haven't looked at anything else yet on my channel, here it is. So the chime on the seatbelt is a lot nicer. I know some people were having some complaints about the chimes on the Q7, Q8. The virtual cockpit and the heads-up display both have this new driver assistance screen, which you can see on my heads-up display. I got a car in front of me, car to my right, and car to my left. I'm going 0 miles per hour, and the speed limit should be 5. But it's not right now. Let's keep. So I'm clicking on this left side of the steering wheel. I got view here, okay. These squares that will indicate different windows. But if I click view, I'm going to cycle through everything here. I got the first one will be navigation. Looking at the RPM gauge with the miles per hour in the center. It's also going to be playing my music to my right. And then I should have the driver assistance menu here, but because the car is not running, it's showing me the car facing me. My gas is going to be on the bottom left. It's going to say me, the driver, sitting down with no seatbelt. I'm going to put the seatbelt on. Since I'll let you guys hear the chimes. Boom. Now my seat's green. See that? It's like magic. So, with these boxes here, I'm going to click on this left box. Right now, I completely removed the boxes from my view. But now I brought it back. So I got the radio. I got my phone, which is not connected, my navigation, which is not connected, and my routes. So I'll show you the scrolling on my vehicle information with my routes because everything else is not connected. So I'm going to press and hold my scroll wheel to reset all of this. You can hear when I'm scrolling, there's a little click, which is quite satisfying. I do like that. People like that. Let's remove that. Now, this little eye indicator on the top right will be for my heads-up display. So if I click the eye, I'll show you in a wide view. If I'm going to click it and you're going to look up on my heads-up display, it's going to change up there. You see that? Hold on, what are we focusing on? There we go. It's going to change here. Driver assistance, minimal display, media player, etc. Whatever you want to set up here, you can set up. I will say I do not, unless, yeah, there we go. So you can scroll through your music like this, like radio, FM, Sirius XM. Now, Apple CarPlay, I've tried it. I couldn't do it. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe you guys can tell me. When I set up my Apple CarPlay and it reconfigures into the virtual cockpit, shows my map, shows my music, I don't think I can cycle through any of that stuff with my steering wheel on my virtual cockpit or my heads-up display. Everything's still through that center screen, controlled through that center screen or the passenger screen. So that's a question I get a lot. I believe that's the answer so far. I haven't got to play in these too much. They've been arriving and selling quite immediately. So if you got one where you're at, you know, go ahead and go for it. They're kind of hard to get because everyone's wanting them. On the right side of the steering wheel, you got your heated steering wheel button. It's got its own button now. You got your volume control, goes up and down. Sorry, my nails, I play guitar. You can answer and hang up your calls here with this phone button. And you can go to the next track and the previous track with these little triangles pointing to the right. And then the voice command is this microphone on top right. If you click it,
how can I assist you?
It's gonna pull up Audi AI. You can also just say, hey Audi, turn on my cooled seat.
According to ChatGPT, exactly. Just say, hey Audi, turn on my cold seat to activate the cooled seat feature without reaching for controls. Super convenient while you drive. Need help with any other Audi voice commands?
No. I probably should have stopped yapping after I clicked the voice command, but this is how you did it. Hey Audi, turn on my cooled seat. Hey Audi, turn on my cooled seat.
Okay, I am setting the seat ventilation to 3.
There we go. Wait a minute, look at that. My cooled seat turned on and my interior lighting turned blue. Hey Audi, turn on my heated seat.
Okay, I am setting the seat heating to 3.
That is cool. Now it's red because my heater's on. Look at that. And I can also just manually turn it off. That was pretty cool. All right. Yep, so that's the voice command. Your adaptive cruise control, your lane assist, your distance will all be in the same position as any of your other Audis, pretty much. It's going to be on the bottom left. To activate that, so let's say it's off, pushed all the way out, it's off. It's got indicators everywhere to let you know what they do. If I pull it all the way towards me and then hit set, that's going to set the speed limit. Then I can adjust the distance by just tapping down and up. You got a little indicator down here. I'm going to click up on the distance, see how it's going, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's kind of hard to see, but you get used to just pushing this thing all the way down. If I do this, like, I'm not looking anywhere except for the road. If I do this all the way down, I know it's at 1. So mentally, I'm going to hit up twice, 1, 2, and it's going to tell me that it's at 3. Now, because the heads-up display is so advanced now, if you have this option, if you do anything for your driver assistance, it will display it up on your heads-up display. So you got your miles per hour, what you set it to, and in the distance. You see the number counting up and down. So you really don't need to be looking at your virtual cockpit if you have the heads-up display option, which is pretty sweet. So moving on to the windshield wipers, pretty straightforward. Push them straight up to turn them on, pull the lever towards you to spray, and the sensitivity of the automatic wiper control, which is the first click up, which right there where it says auto, is on the lever here. And then you got your UI system. So the multimedia interface here is a little different. You still have your standard bar that sits there at all times. So even if I'm in Sirius XM, this bar is going to be here. You can customize this bar to add Sirius XM if you wanted to. So if you don't listen to radio, you don't listen to local radio, you're always traveling, click on Sirius XM, replace the radio with it. Now you got an S over there. If you're not going to use Audi's Bluetooth system, you can actually just replace the Bluetooth system with Apple CarPlay. If you're probably never going to be messing with vehicle settings, you can move that one and put anything else you wanted up here. What else? What would I do? I would probably, honestly, I'd probably put an app there if I downloaded one, because there's an app store. You can download some apps and you can play them wherever you want. I'd probably put it over there. Your climate control is all voice activated, but there's also still this very bottom part of the screen that's also stationary at all times, so it will never move. If I click menu, it's going to pull up my full climate control menu. So you got the direction you want your air to come out, the temperature, the speed. Turn the speed up. Does that go? Yep. You can still slide it like you used to be able to. AC max, you can turn it off. Heated steering wheel button's also here if you wanted to. And then if you want to click rear, you can adjust the rear, which you can choose on this specific model. You can choose the direction of the air. It's not on all models. There's also child lock there. for the screen. That's cool. So if you got any kiddos, you got any baby seats, you don't want them touching anything, boom, lock her up. All right, let's get out of here. But the easiest way to do it is just voice commanding the air conditioning. You just tell the car, turn up the heat, or turn up the AC, turn up the fan, turn down the fan. You can do that all there. And then the mirror heaters are also down here at this bar. So that's pretty convenient to get to. Navigation, you still have your satellite image. So just click the gear, click satellite map, and let it load, let it render. Now you got it on your virtual cockpit too. This was always a favorite for people because this looks pretty sweet. When I'm traveling, I like to use the vehicle's navigation system, but if I'm in an Audi, and it's only because of that. If I'm in a different car and there's no virtual cockpit, I end up just using Apple CarPlay. There's a lot of settings you can adjust in the navigation system if you use it. There's quite literally anything. Right criteria, you can avoid certain things. You can turn things off on the map. Maneuver display. There's a lot of that. Some of the more important stuff that's on this screen is going to be your digital key, which is very easy to set up. It goes in your phone's wallets. If you got an Android or Apple, it'll actually go with where you keep your cards. It's after you set up your Audi Connect, it's pretty easy to set up now. You just set it up through the My Audi app. The dash cam is also here, which you need an SD card. You just pop it in there. While we're talking about the dash cam, you do need a micro SD card. You pop it in, it's going to save everything. It's going to be automatically recording depending if you're braking, honking your horn, or putting your flashers on. But your garage door opener is right here on the rear view mirror. And that's really convenient because it's just a button now. Well, like it used to be. You click the one, it's going to ask you if you want to program it, and I'm going to hit yes. And you'll see here on the glass, on the mirror, configure one, there it is. So it's blinking to set up. You just get your remote and you click and hold your remote here. You can be at home or in front of, or anywhere really, but it's just going to copy that signal to the vehicle. So it's very easy to use. You just go through with those screens and you're done. Another thing here is the App Store. So that's where you're going to find YouTube, browser, anything like that. There's all kinds of games. There's all kinds of apps in there. Can't see them yet. If you buy the car, have your Audi Connect account set up, you'll be able to see it. If I go to vehicle, get out, you're going to be sitting on this screen here, typically. So it's your driver select screen. If I go to displays, this is where you're going to adjust any settings with your heads up display, brightness on your screens. But if I go to lights, interior lighting, this is where the interior lighting controls are going to be set up. I always go to the pin with the box and I just customize it myself, and I always go blue. And then I click brightness and I always turn the brightness up because I like to see the colors. You can kind of see it a little bit there, down in there. You see it a little bit. But that's what I like to do. Exterior lighting, this is where you can change your headlights. So on the A6, you have, on this specific model, you have 7 headlights and tail lights. So there's the animations. Super cool. So if you want to switch it up here and there, you can. Maybe people think you bought a new car. That was cool on the tail lights. I like that one a lot. That was number 6. Look at that. I mean, set that up for now. Service, so you have individual tire pressure monitoring, which is really cool. And you can actually see that over here. Click these boxes and go to vehicle or routes. Where's it at? There it is. So the vehicle settings on your actual virtual cockpit, scroll to the bottom, it's gonna have your tire pressure there. Sorry if it's not focused. So that's cool. A lot of people wanted that for a long time. I don't know why. We had it, but it went away. But we did have it, but we didn't have it once again. All right, that's mostly that. The sunroof is not an actual sunroof, so it's like a digital roof. You click the buttons here. I'm gonna pull it straight back, push it forward, or you can just click it. I'm gonna click it first. There you go. Changing the shade, closing it, opening it, That's awesome. That's cool to show off to your friends. But it's just always glass. It's always glass. It's always there. It's fixed. SOS, emergency services. You just click that. And then your interior lighting control, your roadside assistance is the wrench. And then on this one, you got the rear sunshades, really easy to use. Passenger screen, you can play with that. I've played with that in some other videos. You can go to my channel and check it out. If y'all want some more of that, y'all can let me know, and I'll try to do as much of that as possible. And I'm learning these cars with you, all right? I like to be hands-on. I like to touch them. I like to feel them. I like to see what they're doing. I hear about the changes, but I like to see them for myself. My favorite part is this button right here. The P with the camera on it. No matter what I'm doing. Right now I'm sitting, I'm driving. Put my seatbelt back on. I don't know why I took it off. I'm sitting, I'm driving. I'm pulling into a parking lot. I can't see over that hood. I don't know if there's something around my wheel. I click this P. Boom, my camera's up. My front camera is here. It's ready. When you put the car in reverse, it's automatically going to put your first camera. But now I have my front camera automatically. I click 360 on this one. Got a 3D view. So cool. All right, what am I next to? Okay, I'm next to a floor plug. All right, what's under me? Nothing, I hope. Now just click X. That's my favorite button. USB Type-C port, you still have your 12 volt. It's not a cigarette lighter. It acts like it, but it's there. All right, let's cut this bad boy off. Let's do a quick walk around. It's gonna be super quick, there's music playing. There it is. There it is. It's beautiful. And then we're gonna lock it. Mirrors fold. It's a beautiful car. Thank you guys for watching. I'll get some more of this outside.